Starved of content, Alfie went searching for films which caught his interest. He went through films like The Matrix, The Godfather, all the classics, but none satisfied Alfie's craving, till he remembered the king of monsters, Godzilla. He watched countless reviews of the original 1954 version, eventually returning to YouTube with the banger Andy and Layla. Wait, no, that's not right. Let's forget about that one for now. Gorgia, a monster made well, one of his most popular videos to date. He was still craving more films, decided to go further into the Godzilla world, and fell into a hole so deep you wouldn't even touch the bottom. Then he hit the side of the hole and got a concussion. This was how hard Godzilla Raids again disappointed him. He will now explain why.
Godzilla Raids Again quickly begins in the cockpit of an Cessna 170, a commonly used plane for fishing scouts like our main protagonists, Tezuki and Kobashi. Kobashi's plane crash lands on the Owato Islands, where he takes shelter waiting for Tezuki. However, once he gets there, Godzilla is seen, a monster once seen destroying Tokyo, now battling something unknown. I did just want to say, Godzilla was never explained of how it came back, as it was clearly shown to have been killed by the Oxygen Destroyer and wasn't ever shown to have eggs or any type of children. I may have a look into the book which covers both Gojira and Godzilla Raids Again, as it may fix the issue and label what actually happened. This is probably the only source which will probably give me a good answer, unlike Google. The pilots escape and go back to some sort of authority and label the new beast as Aquarius. I'm just gonna call it Dino Dude, because these movies already have hard words and I lisps, so I'm gonna call it Dino Dude. Dino Dude it is. The authority talks about what will happen and how they will need to defend Osaka, and even bring back Dr. Yamane, who was in Godzilla's defense leader from the first film. However, he seems to be out of ideas and has given up with it all, just playing back 2 minutes of the last film, which doesn't make much sense at all, but I'll talk about that later. Yamane develops an idea that Godzilla is attracted to light, and gives the reasonable idea of a light bomb. However, this all goes tits up. When Godzilla goes near Osaka, the light bomb goes off and is perfectly fine till a few prisoners escape in a tanker truck and fail to stop before hitting an oil refinery, putting an enormous flame above Osaka, pretty much being a beacon that Godzilla wants to grab. However, it attracts Dino Dude, leading to a showdown against both Dino Dude and Godzilla. The creatures battle against each other, even destroying Osaka Castle, till Godzilla gets the upper hand and sends a bite to Dino Dude's neck, pretty much killing him. As a celebration, I guess, Godzilla releases his atomic breath and sets Dino Dude's corpse on and Osaka on fire. The next day arrives, and somehow, I'll cry about it later, the Navy has lost Godzilla, and the fishing pilots go to search for him, and they actually manage to find him, and immediately report it to the given location and waiting for the new defenses to try and attack him. The pilot's planes are used as a distraction, flying low to annoy Godzilla so he would stop in his tracks until the Air Force arrives and attempt to bomb Godzilla. I'm pretty sure they tried this last movie, but I'm not sure, and I'm pretty sure Dr. Yamane will know. But the Air Force runs out of bombs and Kobayashi begins flying lower again, however gets hit by Godzilla's breath and spins out into the mountain, causing his death and snow and ice to fall over Godzilla. This causes a eureka moment, and all the pilots realize if they bomb the mountain, they can cover Godzilla with ice. With hope and determination, they manage to use fire and multiple reloads of bombs, where they bury Godzilla in the mountain. Godzilla is presumed dead, and Tiazoki, the pilot from the beginning, mourns his friend as the credits begin to roll. Now, where to begin? This film was something, and currently at the time of writing and recording, I'm having some struggle with what to say. I've been planning a few things in my head, but this film hurts to speak about in some ways because it's kind of annoying. I didn't like this as much as Gojira, the 1954 version. I think it's very unfocused and it leads to the film feeling, especially character-wise, as unfocused and doesn't make me as sympathetic towards all of them. Especially with like Kobayashi, because I thought he was a side character for most of the film. When I mean second usage, I generally mean like things from the first film which have been reused. One of the main things is the original footage, which is like 2 minutes of Godzilla's destruction during the scene where Dr. Yamane shows how much damage Godzilla's like put across Tokyo. Most of the music is also the same. However, I will keep in mind that they're mainly the good themes and the end themes are the ones I think have been used the most. And there was another one, but I cannot find it. I think it might just be I missed like a song on the soundtrack or something, but I might search into it later if I have time. I don't like complaining, so let's get to the good parts. The story itself, though feeling flat, I believed could have happened in real life, moreover, and it didn't feel like a fantasy dream. This may have been like the reason it felt flat, though, because the ending itself of Godzilla getting trapped in ice doesn't feel like an actual way the military would use, because it's kind of like obscure. You need to be like near ice and stuff. But like it's a weird way, and I think scientists like it's better than a scientist having a weapon that could literally kill like half of life. Like, as well as that, the suit for Godzilla though looked amazing. It's not as good as the other one. I think it felt rushed, and I think that might be with how, because it was 122 days they had to work for this film, like overall. And I think it's impressive and kind of sad that they didn't have a bigger budget or more time to develop, as it could have been such a good like watch to experience and try and like watch it and develop more ideas on the film, because I'm pretty sure the book might have done a bit more overall. There's a few other things I kind of wanted to outline before I finished the video, but I wasn't sure how to say it. Like, first off, how is Godzilla back? I don't think it mentions it at all, and I'm not sure if the book mentions it, but I'm not entirely sure currently. Secondly, why does Dr. Yamain look so bored during the film? Like, honestly, thought he was like just reusing scenes from the first film, like they actually did. But like, he just sounds really bored and doesn't look very interested. As well as that, I just wanted to make the point clear, I don't actually hate the film. My review on Letterboxd seemed very unfair, and since I kind of want to change it because I don't think it was a fair like reasoning behind it. But the film isn't what I believed since the beginning. Yes, it's incredibly boring, but I'm sure there are many films ahead in the franchise which are going to be worse and much more like annoying to get through. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to end it here, as I cannot think of much more to speak without actually boring myself or you. I may write something in a separate video, as they aren't majorly important. Along with that, if you haven't seen, I did recently put up a Discord like server, and it's been like not too active, but there's a few people on it who are talking, and we're kind of like going through it and stuff. It's also been like kind of a challenge to do other things. Like, it's gonna take me a while to get this video out, because like I've been struggling like emotionally and mental health wise, but it's going well so far, and I'm trying to get itself back on. And I have been like more motivated to do stuff like YouTube. Other than that, if you haven't enjoyed, then please leave. This isn't for you. But if you have enjoyed, be a god and subscribe and like. I will see you next time. Goodbye.